welcome to Super Makeup Attitude 1. This month I'm talking everything cabin crew, and all my videos that I've made so far are related to cabin crew, and today I'm going to be answering the burning topics all about male cabin crew requirements and also all about ground staff. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay guys, now let's talk about ground staff. So first off, who are ground staff? So a lot of you tell me that oh, because of something I can't get into cabin crew, or I don't want to get into cabin crew, so could you talk about ground staff a bit? So who are ground staff? What do they do? So we cabin crew, we handle what's in air, right? We handle you in air, first aid, all that. We've been through all that. If you want to know more, I'll just link a video at the top and in the bottom. But about ground staff, they are the ones. Now in ground also, they are divided into separate criteria, like the ramp staff, you've got the catering staff, boarding counter. Even I don't know a lot of the terms properly, but there are a lot of different staff. So who are they? People that check in you at the ticketing counter, then people that scan your boarding cards. There's security staff that make sure that this aircraft is safe, secure. They do the security checks in the aircraft, that no unidentified object is left behind or something. They are the ones that contact you when you leave something on the aircraft. Okay, they do the security check of the aircraft. They make sure that the wrong passenger is not on the wrong flight. I guess they are the ones, but these are the ground staff work. Okay. Then there is a cargo person who makes sure things go in the cargo. Then they have to get signed papers from the captain also. Someone has to maintain a load and trim sheet where they maintain that where passengers are seated. You know, when there's a less load of the flight, when the flight has less passengers, why are you seated in a very scattered way? That's so that the weight of the aircraft is balanced. So it's someone actually calculates that every day on every flight, how to space out the bags beneath the seating area in the cargo, how to place the bag so that the aircraft will be balanced when it takes off and all that. So there's a person for that. There's an engineering person who takes care of the engineering of the aircraft if something goes wrong, and they check it in every transit. Then customer service staff also. So loads of people work to make a flight happen. It's not just cabin crew, captains or whatever. Loads of ground staff, and like according to me, I think they work harder than us. They're not working in ACs. They have to work no matter if it's raining outside. Guys, you should see these ground staff people, especially the ramp staff. They align the ramp and everything even if it's raining. So when you get out of the aircraft and it's raining outside, you just go from the aircraft to the little step ladder or whatever it is, and it's covered up top, right? But they are the ones that actually make sure that it aligns properly. They are standing downstairs in heavy rain, and they all must get so sick, you know, repeatedly because of these weather conditions. They have to work in extreme cold, hot weather. It's just too much. And they work on the runway, guys. There are no buildings to block the sunlight, air or whatever, so they just have to work in these extreme weather conditions. It's really difficult. They have so much work to do, in the sense that they have to make sure the flight takes off on time. They've got so many flights to do. They're always in a rush, always. In my airline, it's a lot about on-time performance and everything, so they're like always in a rush, always running around. Trust me, I've had so many ground staff come up in the aircraft working, and they don't even have time to wipe off their sweat. So I actually give them tissue paper. I'm like, do you want some water? They're like, thank you so much. They even forget about that. Although they do get time in between when there's no flight. You have some time. They go to the airport quickly, and then they can eat whenever they want. And their shift goes monthly. So in 1 month, if you're doing night duty, you'll be doing that the whole month. So at least your body clock can be maintained a little bit, you know. With us, it's every day different. With them, at least for a month, you have the same schedule, so you can still balance it out. It's still fine, I believe. And you've got people that you work with every day, you know. Monthly it changes, but then you've got the same people, so you've had constant friends at work also, and then on holidays and everything they get to wear different stuff. So in that ways it's fun, but then it's hard work also. Every job has hard work. So that's what the ground staff do. Also the catering staff, they get the food on board. They have to make sure everything is counted and all that stuff. So lots of other people. Okay, so this is basically ground staff. Now I've talked with them, guys. There's no ground staff training, I believe. Even no institute offers a ground staff training as such. Again, the airline gives you their own training, and again guys, the airline has their own softwares that you have to learn to check in people and all that stuff. Check when the aircraft is coming, if the aircraft takes off on time, on which parking area they're parked on, all these things. So there's different softwares, so you have to learn the airline software itself. So what's the point of learning it in another institute? I don't understand. If you want, you can improve your communication skills, but it's fine. You can totally go and give the interview directly. Now I've had a word with it. Actually, I did not know much about it, so I've had a word with the ground staff, and they told me for some positions in some departments you need to be graduate, but for some positions you could be 10+2 out of school and you could totally get it. Like catering, I think you can get in. Probably whenever there's a ground staff interview, hell, just go ahead and give the interview and they'll see whichever department you want. Some people asked me that, is it true that to be a cabin crew you have to go through the ground staff thing? It's so not true. I don't know if some airlines make that criteria. That's just stupid. That's not, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, if you are a ground staff, people say, is it easier? Well, if you had difficulty being a cabin crew, going through the interviews and you're not getting in, yeah, ground staff could be a way, because that way you're in the company and you get to improve your communication skills and customer service skills also daily as being a ground staff. And then whenever there are internal job postings which the company people get to know first, then you can apply directly and it's going to be easier for you, you know. So that way, yes, it's definitely easier, but that's not a certain, like, that's not a fixed thing that you have to go through being a ground staff only. Some people told me that, is it true that you go to the interview giving that you go to the interview for cabin crew and then they give you the ground staff job? That's not true. I actually heard about this when I was also in Frankfurt, which I also thought, like, what? That's cheating, right? That does not happen. It's probably that you go for the cabin crew interview, they're like, I'm sorry, you're not up to the mark for cabin crew, but yeah, you're really good for ground staff. Would you like to have that? That is what I heard later on. So they give you a choice. They tell you that you could be ground staff as well if you want. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. Having no job is better than having a ground staff. Even here online, when I'm looking, they are asking for 10+2 also, but then they're asking for, even if you've done a diploma after that, it's fine. So there are different criteria for it, and they've only stated ground staff activities. They've not said which activity. So you could totally go ahead and in the interview ask, what is it for? If you don't want that department, guys, you can always hop departments in a company. So once you join the company in one department, you can totally join another department. I mean, my airline, at least, it's very flexible. I don't know about other companies, but I'm sure you could totally do that. It's not very difficult. Here, it says age limit to be 18 to 27 for males and 18 to 30 for females. It depends. Height is given, weight is given. Salary, it states 15,000 to 25,000. Now, the salary for ground staff is pretty lesser than the cabin crew. I know that they provide cabs for the female ground staff. I'm not sure about the male. I don't think they provide cabs for male ground staff. So that's that. So now let's jump on to the male cabin crew requirements. Now guys, my company does not hire males as cabin crew. We only have females. Girl payo. So I don't even have any friends in another airline or something that I can ask. So I've tried so hard, but I cannot catch hold of any cabin crew. Whoever ones I see going to the security check, as when I am going, they don't really say much. So whatever I know is from Frankfurt and whatever one or two liner they told me and whatever I've looked online. So they say for males, again, you have to be 10+2, the same education requirement, okay? Height, it says 18 to 27 is the age limit, but they say relax for experienced cabin crew. So if you're experienced, they could hire you like that. For minimum height males, it says 173 centimeter, but then the height requirement is different from different airlines. As I've said, different aircraft, so they need different heights for people to close the overhead bins, okay? Eyesight, they've written whatever they want. Now guys, one thing, so for males also, there's nothing like it's no amazing science or whatever. You just look up online, wherever there's an interview, they've given the criteria, so don't worry about that. What should males wear? Like in Frankfurt, we heard that your hair should be 2 fingers above your collar. Your hair should not be touching your collar. So here it should be 2 fingers above the collar. The socks that you wear should be the color of your pants. Okay, so if you're wearing gray pants, don't just wear black socks with it. Wear gray socks, so that if you fold your legs, your pants will ride up, right? So the socks should be the same color. It looks nice. Of course, formal shoes and all that. You go to a normal shop and just ask them for formal shoes. They'll give you the correct ones. Okay, so don't worry about that. You have to be clean shaved. Someone asked me, is it a little beard or a little stubble allowed? I look better in that. Dude, doesn't matter if you look good or not. Rules are rules, especially in cabin crew, okay? No beard at all, nothing is allowed, okay? You have to be clean shaved every single day, means every single day. If you have any marks or under eye circles, you could cover them up with concealer, but make sure you do a better job and you just you know, find the right color for you. If not, just go directly. They'll teach you how to cover these things up in a job. When I went for this CHIT Airways interview, they were asking the males that you might have to use makeup to cover up your this or whatever, and they said, are you okay with that? So I just want to know if you're okay with the idea that what if you have to, because afterwards you do get dark circles and all that, right? That's that. Teeth, they were checking teeth very seriously. They were like, open your mouth, and you had to actually show them. Like in my airline, they did not do that. So yeah, just make sure your teeth is like normal. It doesn't have to be amazingly perfect, okay? What else? That's about it. That's all I have for male. Someone was asking me, are males paid more than females? Why would that be? It depends how much you fly. However, more hours you make, more money. So it's like that. No discrimination as such. So this was my video. I just shared whatever I knew about all these 3 things that I knew. I hope this helped you out. If it did, make sure to thumbs it up. If you still have any more questions, put them in the comment section below. There's still some time left in April, so I would make more videos about that. I'll link the other Q&A recently that I did over here, and if you want to watch my daily Indian life, you can watch it here. I also post videos about my layovers, so you can watch more of the cabin crew life here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.